2nd and 8. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. He'll look to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. It's still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Rodgers. For right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. action. Rodgers.
The throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From midfield, here's Rodgers.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
And again, it's Rodgers. And this is taken in at the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 35.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Jones. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he'll just get rid of it.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Touchdown, Packers!
Josiah DeGuara
From 6 yards away.
And the Packers have got it back to within a score.
No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive.
He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
2nd and 9 now.
They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage.
Second down. Here's Mostert again.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Gets this to his running back, Jeff Wilson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
63 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled him with the inside run.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So this defense, they gave up some yards on this drive, but bottom line, they came up with a sack when it mattered.
And we know that every down counts, but let's be honest about it. People focus on 3rd down as a real key down in any drive, any situation. And they took full advantage of 3rd down there and made a play.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers.
He's got the hookup with Dobbs. On the move past the 40.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
That's taken in by Watson.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
He finds Watson complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
11 yards for number 11.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, you throw the pick, not good at all.
So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half, and you'll see they've had success running the football, and that bodes well for their chances of lifting that Lombardi trophy. Meanwhile, for the Packers, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
They'll set up a throw.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half is theirs, but now outside. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Throwing is Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Bullet good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. That time a 6-play drive, and it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
93 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Back to throw now on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. He got 29 yards that time. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Back to the running game with Mostert.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. The carry here for the big tight end. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Durham Smythe punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to extend their lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Sanders on for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there at the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 44. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
That's Tunyon bringing in the quick throw. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the Dolphins' 31-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Jalen Phillips on the tackle.
second down, it's Jones. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. To throw is Rodgers. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. He'll look to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know they'll be here before you know it.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Third quarter action in Super Bowl 57. Here's a 2nd and 10. Here's a toss play right to Mostert.
And he's got some space here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
129 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues.
Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
But you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Now here's a throw that's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
First down. Complete to Cedric Wilson. It's a gain of 9. Brings up
On second down, Mostert.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert.
14 yards.
And the Dolphins will extend their third quarter lead here in the Super Bowl.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, as one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
It's a run with Mostert.
And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead. And they're able to ground it in there on the two-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The two-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for two, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for too early? That's what people are wondering about.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there. Now a first down carry by Jones. Nifty move. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now there's just one quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Rodgers pass, complete to Christian Watson. It's a gain of 5, brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 5.
That's complete to Dobbs.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Rodgers to throw once more.
Quick slant to Watson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And complete once again to Watson.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Aaron Jones
Taking it in from a yard out.
And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
Noah Igbenogany from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. And here comes Raheem Mostert in the Miami offense.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. 2nd and 5.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys that we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5, brings up 2nd and 5.
Now back to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A couple of first downs, has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, 53 yards.
And the Dolphins are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch. And it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead.
Did we come into this game where defense was optional? Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team moving at a little bit quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense is going to get plenty of praise. And I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what the quarterback has done.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Packers all set to go again. That means we'll see Christian Watson.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Packers' 32-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line.
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Touchdown, Dolphins!
Jalen Waddle.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dolphins are feeling good as they extend their lead in the Super Bowl. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 24. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the fourth quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Man open, it's Goodwin. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Packers on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. On 2nd and very short, Rodgers. Throw right side. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. There he goes, left side. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, and his pass incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, it's Rodgers. He finds Watson complete. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now it's Rodgers. He finds his receiver, Watson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Rodgers now on 1st down. And now here's another interception. And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 2nd down, here's Mostert again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Miami. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Packers offense set to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Dolphins offense returning to the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Here's a handoff to Mostert running left to about the 26 here. Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Brenton, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Here's Mostert.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
They'll run with Mostert.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Sanders on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And the Lombardi Trophy has a home in South Florida. The Miami Dolphins are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.